So I'm the Intimidator, MC Tutor. And as I said before, you are watching the MC Tutor Show.
Illuminati is a thing you need to watch out for. They want to depopulate and slave us so much more. World domination, I'll get into that later. I'm hardcore, fierce and sexy. You're just a hater. You deserve the ridicule because you're an absolute zero. I'm the keeper of the chalice, a rock and roll hero. I'm not an idiot nobody listens to, because I'm not a failure in life like you. Let's talk about the gates and the mark of the beast and the orgies in the streets at the Catholic feasts and Bill and Hillary's human trafficking ring. And George Soros got the money to pay for everything. Socialism is for losers, working for the devil. Chumps that can't fight, they ain't on my level. It takes an evil one to try to debunk and doubt it, so I'd rather die than stop talking about it. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch out for the Illuminati. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch out for the Illuminati. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch out for the Illuminati. Watch out for the Illuminati.
Donnie, loser, Curtis. I mean, this guy, and I haven't talked about Curtis. I never bring his name up. Never. I never do. I don't care what he's doing these days. Doesn't matter. He's getting bludgeoned by me, just like he got bludgeoned by Eric Adams, Andrew Cuomo, and Mamdani. That's a fact. He can lie all he wants.
You're watching the MC Tutor Show with your hardcore, fierce, and sexy host that is never gross, never gross, MC Tutor. Now, what's going on with Sid Rosenberg? That cockamamie Sid Rosenberg. He used to be such a level-headed, reasonable guy. He's over there acting like Curtis Sliwa is nuts. He was clearly the guy that was fit to be mayor, more so than either Andrew Cuomo or Zoran Mamdani. And Sid Rosenberg claimed to have had Curtis Sliwa's back until days before the election. And he goes full-on Tessio on him. This is business. Curtis Sliwa was right to call Rosenberg Tessio. This is business. Well, you're not good at your business because, you got your listeners, a lot of listeners who would have listened to you and would have voted for Sliwa if you told them to. I mean, I'm not saying anybody should do what somebody on radio tells them to do, but if you got the power to say that this is the man for the job, people are going to take that as sound advice and vote for that guy. And if that guy was Sliwa instead of Cuomo, we wouldn't be in this mess. Megyn Kelly, listeners from all over the country, even more listeners than Sid Rosenberg. She could have said, you guys got to vote for Sliwa. Even the day before election, they could have said it. You guys got to vote for Sliwa. You vote for who you believe would be the best man for the job, not who you believe has a chance against the guy you don't like. You vote like that, and you tell other people to vote like that, it's a loser mentality. Okay? That's a loser mentality. It's a quest for mediocrity. And people like Sid Rosenberg have shown me with that stunt that he pulled in November that he is on a quest for mediocrity out of fear of things getting worse. And what happened? The guy you fear the most, or the guy Sid Rosenberg fears the most, became the mayor. And I'm starting to think these people backed Cuomo, knowing Cuomo would crash and burn, because they wanted somebody to bitch about. They wanted a suck-ass mayor of New York so they could bitch about him. They have content now. Zoran Mamdani is to these mediocrity-seeking pundits what Donald Trump is to the leftist fanatic pundits. You go for the guy who would have done the right thing. Look, sane people like Rudy Giuliani backed up Sliwa. Even with Cuomo putting it, he didn't turn around and say, "Oh, last minute, oh, this is business. We got to go with Cuomo." I'll tell you this: if Sliwa wasn't on that ballot, I probably would have stayed home. If it came down to just Cuomo and Mamdani, I would have just stayed home. I would have just stayed home. I don't even believe. I don't even believe Mamdani is worse than Cuomo. You have somebody who had proven to hold a major public office and sucked at it, versus a virtual blank slate. You roll the dice with the blank slate if you're going to do that. But you had a third option, a person who wasn't a politician, but dedicated his life to public safety, and people who put their money where their mouth is with regards to public safety. That's who you want as your mayor. You don't put these lackadaisy moderate Democrats in there, because you got to understand, it's the fanatics on the right. The fanatics on the left versus people on the side of the righteous. The fanatics on the right will sooner vote for Cuomo than Curtis Sliwa. And they're a bunch of feral bastards that keep feral cats in their house. And they probably have that same mildew pissy smell that the fanatical liberals have. So, yeah, I do think there's something wrong with Sid Rosenberg. And you got to let Curtis Sliwa vent. You're stupid if you don't let Curtis Sliwa vent. He has right and reason to vent on air. I'm glad he's back on the air, and there's talks of him running again. I actually would like to see him back up and endorse Tina Forte. Let Tina Forte run against AOC, defeat her, complete a term, and if she chooses to run again for a second term, let her do that. And by the time all is said and done, the mayoral elections will be up again. She could run for mayor. She'll have some traction under her feet. People will see the fine job that I know she would do as Congresswoman if she defeats AOC. And they will say, hey, let's see what she could do as mayor. And it would be one of those, quote, marginalized, unquote, check boxes in the favor of the right for once. We could say the first female mayor was a Republican, and they can't erase that from history. That would be awesome. Tina Forte is another one that the Republicans didn't back up at first. And when she ran the second time, they half-assed it and half-heartedly backed her up. I mean, we got some grassroots candidates that would like to run as Republicans, and they beat their golden boys, get the nomination, and then they're scrambling. Okay, what do we do now? We backed this other one up all these months. What do we do now? What do we do now? You back up the right person from go. Luckily, we got John Riccartone on the ballot. I'm banking on him for State Assembly, District 47. And we do have some heavy hitters supporting and backing him up. Like yours truly, MC Too Tall. And John Riccartone is another person who has dedicated his life to public safety, keeping our streets and our schools safe, keeping these silly-nilly curriculums out of the schools. I believe he's a righteous man that would do some righteous work. And Sid Rosenberg, if you want to save any face, give a mention of John Riccartone on your show once in a while. Say he's a good guy. And give him an endorsement. And don't pull away your endorsement if you find out Curtis Sliwa is also endorsing him. So far, nobody's endorsed, neither of those two have endorsed him yet, but I got a feeling Curtis Sliwa would endorse John Riccartone. I mean, he's a good guy. I mean, his name's John. Anyway, before I go off into a tangent, let me close out this episode of the MC Too Tall Show. This concludes this episode of the MC Too Tall Show. And remember, my people, respect God. Watch out for the Illuminati. Like, follow, share, comment, subscribe, stay strong, keep kicking that slang, and don't be gross. It's your boy in the building, hip-hop legend, recording engineer, underground rock and roll hero, and composer of the song Cleanse with Fire, MC Too Tall. You be safe out there, and don't be a turncoat.